Alright, so what's going on, guys? I'm doing a little mini update on the snake tank. I'm going to do an update on the fish on Friday. Um, Basically, I just want to do a little mini update on my snake, on my eastern milk snake, as I've started to pick up a few followers that were snake experts. Um, but basically, I set him up in a new tank. His existing 10-gallon tank is down here. I now use that strictly for feeding. Now this is his brand new 29-gallon tank, basically the 30-gallon fish tank that I used to have. I broke it down, set it up as a snake tank now, bought it a screen for the top. Also stuck the two lights up top. The one I usually don't use unless it starts to get cold in the room at night. Basically what I have for nighttime lighting is a black light, 100-watt heat lamp. And again, that's only used if it gets really cool in the room at night. His day lamp is his is a 100-watt what is it, UVA Neo whatever bulb. I forget what it's called exactly, but it's a 100-watt lamp, day basking bulb, direct heat, straight down. I have the thermometer for the actual thermometer, or for the light, right in the middle of the plants where most of the direct heat is going to be. I've added in a couple of new things. This was some existing coral in the back corner here, and right here that came with the fish tank that I got, the 150-gallon. If you notice this rock here is actually the hide from the old Gecko's tank, from Yoshi's first setup. Basically, I used the water dish from Yoshi's setup, and I also used some more coral-like stuff from the fish tank that I got. So she's actually got, a good amount of driftwood, some plants now. I broke up all the plants that came with the 150-gallon tank. Broke them up and spread them throughout just to kind of give it more of like a viney look. Also put in a real branch from outside. Just something for them to climb around on, as they like to wrap themselves around stuff and climb all over the place. Also on top of here I have two fish tank decorations that are fairly heavy, about 10 pounds each. The one here has like lava rocks and stuff on it, but it's just to weight down the lid, as these snakes get very strong as they get older, and I don't want it escaping, so that's why that's there. He's kind of picked his new home over here out of the light, and I'll turn on the light real quick so you can see him down in there. But I gave him a lot of really good like hiding area. Basically took this vine, put it over the top of it, and then deep down into this coral here you can see him hanging out down in there. That's where he's kind of made his new home, so I gotta find him a bigger one as he gets bigger, but for right now, as he's a hatchling, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But later on, he'll probably start using this hide over here when he starts getting a little bit bigger, and I'll have to put that on the other side, or he'll start crawling in and out of these holes on this coral thing here and staying inside there, or even just crawl underneath it and ball himself up in there. So he's got a ton of options as far as hides and stuff like that to get out of the light and everything, get into like a cooler area of the tank. I try to keep the basking bulb more towards the left side of the tank, just so that he has a cooler side. The tank temperature runs at about 77.8. I try to keep it between 72 and 82, as those are like the optimal temperatures for him. So right now it's at about, 77.9 now. And that's probably just because I moved the bulb over like an inch or so just now, trying to reposition it. But I mean, that's basically it. The nighttime basking bulb, like I said, that I just bought that. I had a red one that was more so meant for like lizards and stuff like that. I wanted to get him like an actual nocturnal bulb, just so that, because they sleep at night and they actually hunt a little bit here or there at night. And I do throw in some crickets and mealworms and stuff in here for him to try to get him to eat those. As of right now, I haven't seen him eat any of them, and they're all still alive in here. Believe it or not, I've checked all the hides out and made sure. But all the food that I've been throwing in for him, he hasn't been touching. So once a week now, every Sunday, I feed him. And if he doesn't eat in like 2-3 hours of me trying to feed him, I usually try to force feed him either a ham head or a a minnow. This week it was a full minnow. He actually had a full, pretty big minnow actually, which he didn't take. I had to force feed him, and when I'm telling you I'm force feeding him, I'm using stuff that's, the least abrasive to him. Right now, this is what I use. It's a regular curled hemostat, basically. They use this for surgeries and stuff like that, and it has this great little clamping effect right here, so that you don't pull it apart inside the snake. So basically, while I'm in there, shoving it down his throat, basically, I keep it clipped so that I don't hurt him. And then when I come out, I open it up a little bit, like not even that much, and slide it back out through his throat. And it doesn't seem to hurt him or stress him out too bad. The actual feeding him and getting him to open up his mouth so that he'll take it is the most stressful part for him. But then once I get it in his mouth, he doesn't really fight me on it, and he just lets it go down his gullet. And for the past 2 times that I had to do that to him, it actually wasn't too bad. He actually just took it, and he didn't even regurge when he came back into his tank. So again, another good thing is he's eating. It's just that he's fighting me on it temporarily. I think it's just, again, because he's a hatchling. He's not used to eating anything live yet, or anything in general bigger than his mouth. And unfortunately, the only food that I can give him is bigger than his mouth. So I've tried a couple of different things. I've tried mealworms. I've tried, people told me beetles, like the roly-poly beetles, like I forget what the hell they're called. I'll have to look it up later, but they ball up into like a little ball. I've tried those. I've tried a couple of different things that he would find naturally in the wild, like underneath rocks and stuff like that. And he hasn't really shown a lot of interest in it, so I haven't really forced that on him. But like I said, I've thrown in like large crickets, just because one of my other viewers said to try that out, and it didn't really work out. And again, the mealworms, I've thrown in about 3 or 4 of those and thrown them in like I have a little smaller rock somewhere. If I can find it. Oh, here it is. I have a smaller rock like this. Basically, it's a food dish, and I just throw in about 4 or 5 of the mealworms, and he hasn't touched them. And they end up going to the geckos in a couple of hours because I don't want them to go bad on them and burn up under the light. So if he doesn't touch them within like 12 hours, I usually just take them into the gecko and let the geckos go at them, because they'll hit them like almost right away. But yeah, I've been trying a couple different things, like I said, and he seems to be doing really well. He's actually gotten so used to the handling now that he doesn't even bother like trying to run away sometimes. Depending on how I'm holding him, he'll just sit there on my hand now, so he's actually gotten used to my smell probably. But getting him out of the tank is probably the hardest part. I usually get messed like right as soon as I try to get him out. Just because he gets freaked out because I'm moving around his decorations, I'm moving everything around that he's getting used to, and then freaking him out a little bit. So it's normal that he would musk me, and it's actually quite common with milk snakes. So again, I'm trying a couple different things and learning about him, and basically I'm really, really happy that I have him. I've been trying to find him a little buddy, one of his exact type, but too little prevail, so I think maybe he was the only one that survived out of the whole batch, or all of his relatives just up and bounced out. But just so you can see, he's poking his little head out right now, so I wanted to show you guys that. But he's been hanging out. He's really, really, really well behaved. Like I said, he's, for a wild caught snake, probably one of the most easily handled snakes that I've dealt with. Even some of the captive bred corn snakes at work that I deal with, and the ball pythons that I deal with, and the king snakes that I deal with at work, they're all very finicky and very bitey when they're little, especially the 3 that I have at work right now. But the milk snake, this milk snake has actually been one of the most docile snakes that I've ever had to deal with. But it's a great learning experience for me, and I really hope that you guys enjoy the videos. And again, I wanted to make a nice little update for you guys, show you his his final home. Basically, I don't have to add anything else to this. Maybe another hide later on. I may buy some more of this driftwood just to kind of stagger it throughout the tank a little bit more. Gonna try to find a piece like the middle piece here, that goes all the way across, and try to find him one that has a nice big hole, kind of like that rock, but a bigger hole than that, so that he can crawl up into it when he's a little bit bigger. But it's kind of hit or miss right now, and like I said, I haven't been able to find anything, so just leave it at that. And I hope you guys enjoyed the update, and like I said, look forward to my fish tank update on Friday. Gonna be doing the water change tomorrow. I'll just kind of show you the guys' tank. It's starting to get a little bit dirty. But I'm going to do a fish tank update on Friday after I do the water change, show you the difference between the water clarity. It doesn't really look that bad right now. It's just a matter of, there's a lot of poop and stuff settled on the bottom. I may actually try to reorganize this so that I can lower some of the aggression in the tank. Excuse me, I got the hiccups right now. Just so I can lower the aggression in the tank, as they set up their own territories now, and I've read online that if you set up the tank a little bit differently every week, it makes them basically reestablish their areas. And I actually found out that that's how I should be introducing new fish to the tank, is by reorganizing the tank setup basically so that they reestablish their territories, and then adding in the new fish. This way they're bullying. They won't bully on the new fish. They'll basically bully on each other, everybody, and establish a new territory. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that, and I hope you guys enjoyed the update. But like I said, I have a couple followers that were starting to get aggravated with me about the Africans and fish dying and stuff like that, and I do apologize. Like I said, when I picked up this tank, I didn't think I was going to get all these African cichlids with it, and I didn't know how many I was going to get, and I didn't realize that there was going to be like 40 of them. And I didn't realize that I was also going to have to bring down the bubbler with me and everything. So I did lose, like I said, 4 fish in the move. The Oscar has put down like 1 or 2 of them just because they were picking on her, and she's one of those fish that's not going to put up with it. And so she did eat like 1 or 2 of them, but now she's been popping off these minnows here or there. But I am going to say bon voyage to my convict. She's leaving me tomorrow. I'm going to catch her and basically bring her to work for somebody tomorrow. She is getting a little beat up, so I want to get her a different home. And one of the guys at work asked me if anybody's been bringing in any large cichlids lately, just because I usually grab them up. And she's one of the ones that is getting beat up in my tank, and I was looking to rehome, and I told him about it, and so that's where she's going now. Another quick little mini thing too is I got another Jack Dempsey. That's the big healthy one in the back, is the one that I originally got. This is now the second one I have, and as you can see, she was a little beat up and a little bit undercared for, or he rather, but the big one really doesn't like him very much, and I apologize for that, because you're going to see some aggression out of those two, just because I do have 2 males in the tank now. But he was a little bit beat up when I got him, and that's why I'm trying to get rid of the convict, just so that I can open up that side of the tank basically for him to go and hide in. Because as of right now, the only one that goes over there is the angelfish and the convict, and the convict basically chases everybody out of that corner. So I'm trying to get him rehomed over there, as that's like really the only open area in the tank. And like I said, if I get the convict out of here, then I can get him to probably go make a home over there and not have to worry about him so much. But I really like the Dempseys, and I really like their attitude. I really like how they're feisty and everything, and this one's going to come around real nice once he starts eating a little bit better. So I really want him to come around, but it looks like he was just like a weird shaped fish, and again, it's going to take me some time to get him back to health, because you could tell that whoever had him before really wasn't taking care of him. His shape is all off. His fins are kind of tattered, and he looks like when I first got him, he looked like he had a really bad ick problem. But he's started to turn around. I really don't like this red to him on his head, but I don't know if that's his natural coloration or not, because I haven't had him since he was little, but it's slowly but surely been fading and coming around to like a more natural Dempsey color. But the video is going on 15 minutes, and that's my maximum upload time, so I'm going to end the video right about now, and I hope you guys enjoyed the update.